famous photos of Dominic Parker. First one wearing a suit, second one at a home party, third one standing in the center of Times Square. Hit the bell, Blind Justice, like and subscribe.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of
This is how we do it.
Well, this is how I do it. First and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode. It seems to have gotten a pretty good response. Oh yeah, and before I forget, you guys, please get out there and vote. Election day is on November the 3rd, and you guys, your vote deserves to be heard. Regardless of which side of the fence that you're on, make sure that you go out there and exercise your right to vote. But anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program. So, as you guys saw with the first episode, I figured it would be a good idea to go ahead and talk about some of the things that I do and how it helps me to be able to better navigate through the world as a blind man. So, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is how I'm always able to navigate through my phone. I think a lot of times people in the public figure that if you can use a smartphone, there's no way that you could possibly be blind. So I decided that on this episode, I was going to give you guys a little bit of information while I told you how I navigate through my phone. So let's get to it. All right, so before we get started, let me throw this out there. I know that two of the main competitors when it comes to smartphones are Apple and Android. I myself have made the switch over to being an Apple fanatic, so you're going to find that a lot of the tidbits and hacks that I give you in this video are going to be for Apple users. But I will touch briefly on some of the things that Android does offer. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice is that when blind or visually impaired people use their phone, the main thing that they're going to need is to be able to have something that's going to describe to them or tell them exactly what it is they're doing on their phone. So, this is where a screen reader comes into play. Now, let me pause real quick. A lot of times, some people who may have a visual impairment and may still have some usable vision, you'll find use a magnifier. Maybe it's to enlarge text or zoom in on pictures. But for those who are totally blind, like myself, I actually use a screen reader. Now, for those of you who may not know, a screen reader pretty much acts as whatever I touch, it'll give me a brief description. If it's reading a text, if it is describing a picture, or letting me know the function of a button, the screen reader is actually going to provide me this information. Now with Apple has a function or a program already built into it called VoiceOver, where for you Android users, Android actually has a function inside of it called TalkBack. And both of them pretty much serve the same purpose. Like I said earlier, whatever you touch is going to describe it back to you. The good thing about both of these functions is as time goes on, they're constantly making different upgrades and adding new functionality to the program. So you're going to find that even after putting out this video, there's probably going to be a lot of things that have changed with the system as a whole. But with its crust, this is what helps us blind individuals to be able to navigate through a lot of our smartphones and things of that nature. So, why don't we take a second and I'll try to show you guys exactly how to find TalkBack or VoiceOver when using your phone. Alright guys, so I wanted to try and show you exactly how to turn VoiceOver on, and especially if you have the phone for the first time or even if you've had it for a minute. Now, if you're unboxing a new phone or a new iPhone, typically, as this video has aired right now, I do believe the first way to turn on VoiceOver when you turn on the phone to help you get through the setup process is to click the power button 3 times back to back. I think at that part, the VoiceOver function could come on or should come on. I'm hoping that it has not changed since then. Outside of that, hopefully you guys can see this. If you have somebody who is with you who is sighted, if you want them to, have them go to your settings portion of your phone. When you get to the settings portion, as the way that the settings button or layout is scheduled or set up now, you're going to come to a portion that has all of the different functions in the phone. Now, my VoiceOver is on this tablet, but you're going to actually look for a section that is actually called
Control Center, Home Screen and Accessibility, Wallpaper, Accessibility, button.
Accessibility.
Wallpaper, button.
Sorry.
Accessibility. Button.
Accessibility. Once you click on accessibility,
Accessibility. Heading. Accessibility features help you customize your iPad for your individual needs. Vision. Heading.
You're going to find a section that's labeled Vision. Underneath Vision, you're going to see all the different functions that are made within the phone to help people with low vision. One of the first functions you should see should be
Voiceover. On. Button.
okay. When you click on VoiceOver, you're going to have the option to turn on the function. When you turn on the function, it's going to give you a brief tutorial on how to navigate the phone and what all the different gestures are. And once you kind of give a little tutorial and do some of the practice for that, you'll be able to start navigating through your phone. So let's talk about some of the apps that help me out the best. All right, guys. So we come to the portion of the video where I let you guys know some of the apps that help me out a lot. I'm only going to do a spotlight on just 2 of them, and also keep in mind that these are actually Apple apps. So they may not be available on Android, but I'm sure they probably have an equivalent. So the first one I'm actually going to mention is actually a app by the name of Seeing AI. So Seeing obviously is SEEING, the letter A, and then the letter I. The reason why this app is really beneficial for me is only simply because there's a lot of functions in it, and it allows me to be able to do the things independently that I would normally have to ask somebody else for. So for instance, there actually is a short text reader and a document reader on there. And the way that both of these functions actually work is that with the short text reader, I point my camera on my phone in the direction of where text may be. Once it recognizes the text, it'll read it back to me. The document reader actually, once I point the camera at a document, it will take a picture of the document, scan it, and then read the recognized word that's on that document back to me as well. There's a lot of other functions as well that are actually housed in this app. There is a light function where how do I describe this? I guess a sound will go off, letting me know if there is light coming from the direction that I'm pointing the camera at. The darker the light gets, the duller the sound sounds, and the closer I get to the light, the more high-pitched the sound goes. There is a money reader, again, camera. I'll take my camera and point it towards a bill of whatever denomination. It'll recognize it and tell me exactly how much that bill is. There is a scene function, which is where I can take a picture of whatever is going on around me. Once I do that, it actually will analyze the picture and let me know exactly what is in the picture. So for instance, if I take a picture of a living room, it may tell me that the picture may include a couch, a TV, a picture, and an end table. There actually is a handwriting function where it will do its best to recognize any handwritten text. There is a function where it can recognize people if you load that person's image into its database, if you will, and label that person. It will actually recognize any other pictures that you bring into it, and if that person is included in there, it will recognize them and then say their name. So again, let's go back to the living room picture. The living room picture may say, picture may include a couch, a TV, a picture, a nightstand, and Dominic. And last but not least, one of the reasons why I like this picture the most is because since I am on social media, a lot of times people, as we know, will post a lot of pictures that may have text in it or images that obviously somebody who's totally blind like myself may not be able to know what's in it. So I'll take said picture and load it into Seeing AI. It will scan it, and whatever it recognizes, it'll give me a small description. So then that way I can kind of keep up with the times and what all is kind of going on. So for those of you guys who may not have it, definitely please go out and look for Seeing AI. I think it might benefit you guys. And plus, they're always coming up with different functions as well. So that in itself is really going to be beneficial to those who are visually impaired and totally blind as a whole. Now, my second app, and I actually just kind of really started to get into this, and I'm actually going to go ahead and try to give you guys a small demonstration, is an app called Selfie X. So again, excuse me, I can't spell today. SELFIE, and then the letter X. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that the new thing now is to take a selfie, and many of them. If you're feeling good, if you're feeling bad, happy, sad, take a selfie, post it. Everybody loves it. Well, the good thing is that Selfie X allows us as blind individuals or visually impaired individuals to be able to get in on this craze as well. The way the app works is that it's going to use either your back-facing or your front-facing camera, whichever one is the one that you designate for that function. And then once you do that, it's going to actually bring up the camera. And then when it recognizes your face, it's going to direct you on how to move the camera so that you can be in the center and it can take a selfie of you. Once you get in the range of where the selfie is, I guess selfie cropped you or wherever frame you need to be in, it'll say cheese, and the selfie app will actually take the picture for you. Pretty easy, right? So let's see if we can give this a shot.
10:41 a.m. Selfies. Flash off button.
I can't see you. Say cheese. Done.
Simple enough, right? It automatically loads it into your Photos app, and you can go and share it from there. So again, that was just a couple of apps that helped me out. Hopefully I helped you guys with some of the stuff that I use, and so you guys can see how I kind of navigate around the world. But see you on the flip side. Bye. Hey guys, real quick, I want to jump in here. If you guys haven't done so already, please go like, follow, subscribe, and check out my Facebook page and YouTube channel entitled Blind_Justice The Way I See It. It's spelled just like how it sounds, BLIND_JUSTICE, semicolon, the way I see it. See you guys in the next one.